In this fast martial arts live class, we're gonna be talking about the self-defense cane, or one of the best martial arts weapons for street fight self-defense, this walking cane. It might be the best martial arts tool for self-defense ever, except for a gun. I don't know if you watch Icy Mike's video, the Hard to Hurt dude, but he talks about how a gun's better. Yeah, everybody knows that. But most people can't have a gun, or don't have a gun, or don't have access to it for a lot of different reasons. So we come back to the cane. You can carry this, you can take it everywhere you go. Some people say a knife, best martial arts. Well, you have to be really close. You have to know what you're doing so you don't get cut. But with this, you have a force multiplier. You're able to strike. You're able to move somebody out of your face very quickly, pushing this way, and it's $9 with free shipping on Amazon. A simple cane. You get it at any store where you buy medical supplies, and then you have something that you're allowed to carry with you that acts as one of the best tools for self-defense. So let's warm up with this. We're gonna start with a basic spin or a twirl here with your cane. I got into this cane stuff years ago. I was watching television late at night, you know how you do, and those mesothelioma ads kept coming on. Mesothelioma, lung cancer. The lady said, it was like snow coming from the sky, or I don't know what it was. But I kept seeing these frail people, but a lot of them had canes, and I thought, I did hapkido cane. I learned how to use the cane in hapkido class, striking, grabbing with the hook, twisting, and I thought, if you have to use a cane, why not learn how to defend yourself with it? And then, from all those years ago with the mesothelioma ads and the lawyers who are gonna sue everybody to get you some money or whatever it is, and I thought, from then until now, I've been using this thing. And I thought, this gets everybody moving, gets you out of your comfort zone so that your body starts to get strong again. Now you're walking around, you have a little bit more confidence, but you have this force multiplier that you can just immediately defend yourself with. But how do you teach somebody how to use it? What exercises do you need to do to strengthen the body so that you can use it for self-defense? And this is one of them right here. So this basic spin across the body, back and forth. And all you're doing is you're letting it slide through your hand. And this becomes important because when you get into this protective position, you're gonna go from here to here, from here to here sometimes. You need to have this ability for it to slide through your fingers. And you get that by practicing here first. So don't skip this part. This is the warm-up, engages your core, makes you stronger overall. You can do the standing or sitting in a chair, in a wheelchair. Doesn't matter where you are. This move works standing or sitting, outside, inside, about 30 seconds per spin. Bring it to the other hand, same thing. And again, this is that cane I got for $9. I talk about this all the time. Maybe it was $10, $9.99 or something. But less than $10, came with free shipping on Amazon. And all of a sudden you have this extremely durable, flexible. I hit this thing on every surface that I have, and no matter what, every once in a while the rubber tip comes off, but the rest of it's intact. You can hit here, you can slide down, you have this other end, which now is like a big knuckle on a fist. Jam that straight through, strike here, go down to the leg, pull him out, once you break his knee, of course. But it's very effective, very useful tool for self-defense. So you do the spinning, the long side comes out of your thumb, and then you go back and forth, long side out of the thumb. Do that for about 30 seconds, and now you're able to start. Hello from North Carolina, it's good to see you today. Go back into this. All I think of when I think of North Carolina are those little no-see-ums that get under your skin, and ticks. I was wearing my watch. I was at Camp Lejeune. We were doing the second time I went through infantry school. Second time. Don't ask me how that happened. And I was the honor grad the first time. Anyway, you're like this, and I saw this line coming up my arm, going into my long sleeve shirt. And I looked down, if you was sitting there forever, it was a bunch of ticks coming all the way through. Oh, Western Park, beautiful. The mountains. All right, so I think you guys have the tallest mountain east of the Mississippi, right? From here to here. I've been up in Asheville. One year with my Joe, I went looking for, can't think of his name now, the Olympic bomber, you know, they made that joke. The winner of the hide and seek or whatever, and then he found him out back eating out of the garbage can like 5 years later. Anyway, I think he was an 82nd Airborne kid. The guy, there's a lot of conspiracy theories about that, but beautiful. I went hiking for that guy, I was gonna catch him with just my Joe staff. Yeah, Matthews, that guy was in Matthews, right? Asheville's close to that. So from here, practice is basic strike, coming through hard and fast. Hard and fast, and then up here, hard and fast. You have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then add a new strike, palm up, bringing it up this way. You want to knock them out here, here, just clear space between you and wherever you need to get to. So you're walking along, it's on your, you're leaning on it like you would on a walking stick or a cane. You come into this protected position, put the cane between you and the threat. Here's my threat. And then, you know, you just hit them. Back up, give them a verbal command, back up, I'll defend myself. Super simple, it's super effective. One of the best tools for self-defense is the one that you carry with you all the time. It can go on the airplane, it can go on the bus, go on the train. You can carry this into the building, need to get my tip there, the police station, wherever you need to go. This is allowed to go because it's a medical tool, right? And you don't need a doctor's note saying you need it. That's why I like it so much. If you have to go out and you feel like, you know, you can't carry a gun for whatever reason, you don't have one, you can't carry one, you don't want to get one, whatever, right? If we say that a gun's best self-defense, yeah, but most of the time you're not going to have it. But you can carry this. You need to walk outside, it's late at night, and who cares what you look like? People think, oh, well, why is he walking with a cane? Only you have to be okay with that, right? But you got your cane, you're in a better position. Maybe you need a cane for better mobility. You put it between you and the threat. That's step one. Create some distance. Look at that, from here to here. But let's say, talking about close combat, close quarters, they get up and they catch you off guard and they're face to face. Imagine this is his face. You still bring it up in the same way, and then you just bring it down, and then you push. You create some basic, simple distance, but it hits really hard because if you think about all this force from your ability to push off and away from you is generated right here, it's concentrated, and you're hitting them usually in parts that have a lot of tinder or a lot of what they call nerve endings, right? Right in the nose, right in the eyes, right in the mouth, the teeth. You've been busted in the face a couple times. You know what it feels like. Just smash them back. From here, then you can bring it out. Or maybe you just stay here and you hit a little bit, and you take this hook and you rake it across his face. Super effective. That's gonna catch something in there. There's all those nooks and crannies in his face for self-defense. You just shove him back. Talking about close quarters. You're too close from here. Get him off there, smash him through here, bring him back the other way, bring it down on top, bring it through the middle. There goes that tip again. But that's the basic idea. That's why it's so effective. Big motions, right? And yes, you can do a lot of stuff here. You can hook them around the neck. You can hook them this way. You can hook them the other way. It doesn't, you can dig back there in there. It feels good, by the way. I have this sitting on my seat in my car. Once in a while I get an itch. Get it back there. But more importantly, I have to go to the gas station near my office. If I got the kids in the car, it's not the best neighborhood. And I've seen it. There was a truck there one time, no license plates, old ratty truck. Probably just guys working, but you never know. And I get out of the car, and the one guy, he's standing there, he's eating stuff, taking his wrappers, just throwing them straight on the ground. That's what he does. I mean, he doesn't care about the environment, right? But he's just eating his stuff, throwing it down. Looks like he's got a bit of an attitude. Maybe he's been drinking. I might look like an easy target. I don't, but what if I did? Now I got this, and I did. Sitting on my seat, I get out of the car, my kid's in the car. I'm not gonna pull out a gun. Hey man, what's going on? You know, maybe the guy's just half drunk. He looked like he was half drunk. It was the end of the day. He was rough, right? But there are 4 or 5 of them. And like I said, no license plate on the truck. I don't know what's going on. So instead of panicking or feeling nervous or whatever, You just be prepared. Pull this out, stand there, pump my gas. Hey, how's it going? You know, who cares what I look like? Get back in, put it in, boom. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, it's that simple. The point is, you have something, you have another choice, you have another option. You put this in your hand. Hello, it's good to see you today. Now you have another option. You don't have to panic. If, let's say they have something like a knife, right? Come out, they got a knife, and they're threatening you with the knife. I have a knife over here. I was gonna get it. It's way over there, we'll get it later. But I got this knife, right? And now it's me with a knife against you in your hands. Now you might know some like hoobah and all this kind of break somebody down, like was the movie Taken? Liam Neeson, or maybe you're Jason Bourne. You're Jason Bourne himself. I don't know which actor, but you're one of the Jason Bourne actors. And I come out with this knife, and all of a sudden you're like smacking my hands away and catching the knife, twist, like that. All the stuff that I've practiced, I know all those moves, right? Or you've got this in your hand. Look at the length of that. There's no knife that's that long. That's called a sword if it's that long. But if I get out, I got a knife, I come up to you, and you only have a stick in your hand, that's better than having nothing in your hands. That's how you have to think about this thing. It's a force multiplier. That creates distance between you. There's the knife. Knock it out of his hand. Better yet, right to the side of the skull. And then go for the hand. But you get my point, right? It's about having length, distance, creating distance between you and the threat. I mean, look how much distance that is. And then, like I said, you get caught off guard. You're still here, smashing them, breaking that thing across their face. Maybe you're here. Monroe, Texas. Oh, I've been there. Love Monroe, Texas. From here, smash, straight back. This is San Antonio. When I was went to military police school, the Air Force base down there. Back then, the Marines trained, the Marines and the Navy trained at the San Antonio. Every chance I get, wherever I was stationed, I would go out and explore when I got time, leave or liberty. You get time off, you go rent a car, and you just go someplace, right? From here, you get to see all of Texas is massive. I don't know if you've ever been to Texas. Well, if you're in Monroe, you have. But everybody else, if you haven't been to Texas, you gotta go to Texas. Check it out. From here, smash. They're behind you, smash. From here, just straight in that way, other side. I mean, it's so simple, it's so basic, right? If you wanna practice with this, go through these basic strikes. Make an X down, make an X up, come straight across and back. 1, 2, go straight down the middle. Those are the basic strikes. Let's do it again. Make an X down, turn your hand. You always have to turn your hand. If you don't turn your hand, you run into something that's gonna peel that thing right out of your hand, like an old G.I. Joe. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about, those old G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. Those rubber hands, just pop it out. You bring it like this, you're done. You lost your weapon. Turn your palm up, strike this way, straight across, the same reason. Palm up, come across this way, come across this way. And it doesn't always have to be to the head. Maybe it's a dog. Maybe it's a pit bull running loose. It's been abused and it's with 2 or 3 others. Maybe it's multiple attackers. This works really well for multiple attackers. Why? Because this is better than just this. And maybe you know how to fight really well, right? You're a great fighter and you can handle 2 or 3 people. But this is like extra insurance. This is like auto insurance. Stick it in your car. You have to get that gas late at night, side of the road. You have some problem. You just get out, you have it with you. It's car insurance. It's auto insurance. It's homeowner's insurance. This is inside the front door. You put it in one of those little fancy racks. Yeah. Okay. I've got a monadnock back there. I've got the PR24. And I've got the monadnock that I used to carry, the expandable baton. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, though. I've been practicing with it. And you see all these things in the news today. The guy's bouncing the... You've seen it. If you're certified, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen all the cop videos or security videos, or you've seen it in person like I have, where they're just bouncing stuff off of people's heads. Even those PR24s, which are beautiful. You know, it's a really elegant weapon. Use it like a tonfa. But most people don't use it like that because they don't have the breathing. The breathing doesn't kick in. They don't get focused. They don't get calm. They know what they're doing. And so it just becomes like a billy club. And then they're doing this, chopping at it. And they have like wrist power. Boom, boom. That's what's happening when you see those videos. And the guys are like, boom, boom, hitting the guy 38 times. And if you've ever worked, when I was a military policeman, we had this kid. I think I said this before. He was one of those guys that's like a cool hand Luke. Didn't matter what you did to this guy. He was not going down without a fight. He was not going to go down at all. And so we're doing, the drill was get the cuffs on the guy, put him in, cuff him and stuff him, get him in your car. The guy didn't go down. And then finally, it took like 3 guys, they tackle the guy down. And the whole time they're just wailing on this guy with their sticks. And everybody's losing their temper, getting mad because this guy's not going. Some people are just like that. And so this, better than that monadnock, that PR-24. And you might run into guys like that if you're in law enforcement. But most of us are not running into the guys like that. Most of us want to just be able to be in our house at night and have a little extra security, little house homeowners insurance, apartment renters insurance by the front door. So if somebody does come busting in or knocking and you do have to open the door, you're not sure, open the door. Hey, how's it going? Hey, what are you doing here? And then you have this in your hand. It's better than nothing. That's my point, right? The monadnock, the PR-24, all those expandable batons are legal in most places. If you're certified, that means you probably have a little card you can carry in your wallet, or if you're law enforcement, your badge is the same thing that allows you to have it with you. But if you don't, I have the PR-24 in here, the monadnock PR-24 here, and then I have the expandable baton at the house. I'm not allowed to put those in my car. I'm not allowed to carry them around because I'm no longer law enforcement and I'm no longer certified, right? Yeah, corrections. If you're a corrections officer, you're allowed to carry that stuff and you have to train on it, and that's good for you. You probably also have concealed carry. If you had to, if you were at the gas station and stuff goes down and a bunch of guys start to circle you and you fear for your family's life, you're not pulling out the PR-24, the Monad expandable baton. You're gonna, or your index carry, right? You're gonna pull that thing out and you're gonna protect your family. You're gonna do what it takes. But for the rest of us, maybe you don't have concealed carry. Maybe you don't have anything other than this available to you where you live. So you have this. You're walking down the street, better position, put the weapon between you and the threat, and then defend yourself. I know that's really fast. I wanted to get through this one quickly, but I love talking about this. I'm gonna do a more detailed or more in-depth how to get really good at fighting behind your stick. A lot of times people are too wide when they strike, but I want you to know how to strike so that you don't lose it, so that you can. Oh, it's good to see you from Belgium again. Yeah, and maybe you don't want to take someone's life, but you don't want them to take your life either. And this is your first line of defense, and then that's your second line. And I know that's probably what you meant, right? You do have concealed carry, so you can carry, but you also carry this. And a lot of times this is all you need. And that's how I feel. I don't want to needlessly take someone's life, but I'm ready to. Someone messes with my family, someone comes close to my kids, too close, there's something in you that switches. When you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. Something switches, and you want to be able to go from 0 to 1,000 miles an hour through their face, through their skull, through their brain, through their soul, into the next life. If someone gets too close to your kids, this is one thing that works really well for that. But if I didn't have this, I don't care what it takes. Fight's not over till I win. They're not doing that to my kids, right? They're not touching my kids. But you know how you feel like that. Get yourself a cane, train with, even if you don't use it or need it yet. Maybe you will, 10, 15. Yes, it is primal instincts, but also most people don't understand this. There's fight or flight. Everybody's heard that. Fight or flight. You're either gonna run away or you're gonna stand and fight. But there's also freeze. Most people don't know there's freeze. And most people freeze. Most people freeze. That's why these shooters get some active shooter or whatever, they get so many people. They freeze. Some people in some communities, they run. They hear a gunshot, they run. They've been conditioned. They get the heck out of there, right? Trying to keep it polite. Other people naturally turn and fight. They've been conditioned to do that. But so many of us have been conditioned nowhere, not to do anything, because so many people don't do anything about it. which I don't understand in today's society with all the stuff that's going on in the world, why you wouldn't prepare yourself to be able to fight, to defend. And in that case, when you don't prepare, either you run or you freeze. And maybe in your brain, you're thinking, my kids, the bad guy, my kids, the bad, and then it's over because you thought too much. You need to be able to just immediately, explosive, immediate, direct. Either you pick them up and you're out of there, and you should be in shape so that you could do that. Most people are not in shape to pick them up and they're out of there. Or you turn and you assault through the objective with violence of action. And most people are not prepared to do that. So, but you're not, that's why you're here. You are, right? That's why you're here. You're here to learn how to defend yourself with your hands, with your head, with your teeth, with your face, with your thoughts, with the cane, with the nunchucks, with the gun, with whatever it takes, because you'll do whatever it takes to protect your family. I gotta go get my family. I'll see you out on the next one of these.